Thank you. All right, we're in session now. Thank each other for being here. Now listen up, please. Billy Williams. Billy.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you for coming.
Yes,
Would
sir.
you please open it up?
I will.
Prayer for
Yes,
us.
I'll be glad to.
Thank you.
It's an honor to be here. It sure is. I know every one of you. I sure do. Let me have a word of prayer. Y'all get started. Father God, we come to you today and we just thank you, God. Father God, every day that we wake up and our feet hit the floor, it's a good day because you're with us. You hold our hands, you lead us through the storms of life, you lead us through the good times. You never lead us and you never forsake us. You're always there. We love you and we praise you for that. We pray that you just continue to guide us and direct us, Lord, in the direction that you want us to go. It'll be your will, not our will. I lift up this board. I lift up the mayor, board of aldermen, the men, the ladies, all these good teams, Lord, that continue to help make the city of Batesville the great city that it is. We thank you for this city. Thank you for the good work that's done here. I pray, Lord, that you'll continue to pour the knowledge and wisdom into each one of these teams, these men, ladies. Fill them up with the knowledge and wisdom they need to continue, Lord, to make the city of Batesville the great city that it is. Lord, most of all, I can't ever forget the cross that was shed. Lord, Jesus Christ died on the cross, shed his precious blood, that we can be forgiven of our sins. He was buried in a tomb. In 3 days, praise the Lord, that stone rolled away, and Jesus stepped out of that tomb, and he's alive today that we can have that eternal, everlasting life. Lord, we love you and we praise you. Thank you for the blessings of life that you pour into us, and forgive us for what we do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thanks, Bill.
Greg Thompson, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
Yes, sir. Stand if you'd like, please. Attention. Salute. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
To all in attendance pursuant to the order adopted by the Board of Aldermen March 1, 2022, in order to address the Mayor and Board of Aldermen, you must be on the agenda, and pursuant to the order adopted March 23, 2023, you must sign the sign-in sheet with the complete address. All right, we're moving forward now with the agenda for today. Any additions, corrections that need to be made? If not, I'll accept as is. Motion? Motion made by Stan, second by Dennis. Any further questions? All in favor? Motion carries. All right, we have also minutes from April the 7th, regular meeting, to be adopted. Any additions, corrections need to be made? Yes, sir.
Do y'all have the corrected settlement? Do they have it?
They're on their table.
Okay, it's pages 538 and 545. Those were where the corrections were made. Because it's different than what's in your agenda book.
Correct.
These are good.
Yes, sir.
But y'all, I just want to point that out to y'all. There's some changes that were made. Some substantial changes on the last part of it.
Okay. Fair enough.
Some good changes.
Good.
All right, with those corrections, stand being made, state being made, I'll ask for a motion to accept. Motion made by Carl, second by Stan. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right.
Mayor, if I could move on, I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda, pay request agenda, and human resources.
All right, all in favor? All right, made by Stan. All right, wait, excuse me, who's second? I'm getting too far. Dennis second. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, motion carries. All right. Do we have Chris Pope? Hey, there he is.
Mayor, I've got to recuse myself because I'm on the point of
Okay,
order.
very good. With Grace Place, Chris, come on up. Now tell us who you are and who you're with, because that's important.
Yes, sir. Chris Pope with the Grace Place. And good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity to speak. On behalf of the Grace Place, I just want to tell the City of Batesville Board, how much we appreciate your generous support. It's not just investing in programs, it's building families, it's strengthening our community, it's making a healthier community. And that's no small thing. Very quickly, just wanted to give you all a quick update from the past year. I think that impact has been significant. From January to December, you helped support 420 students, getting not only academic support, but a stable place to come. They're fed, and we pour the gospel into them. We pour the Bible into them and teach that God has a better path, a better way for your life. We counseled 2,795 people, which is huge. All of us struggle. All of us go through difficult things at times, and there's a lot of pain in our community. So people are able to come. They're able to hear the hope of Jesus. And they're able to get real practical help and advice and guidance. Our food pantry served 1,622 families this past year. Again, that's huge. The City of Batesville has a hand in everything that's done at the Grace Place, and so I appreciate that. But I think what makes our approach particularly effective is that we use what is called a Christian community development approach. That's where we walk alongside with people, we build relationships with people. If you want to really impact change in Batesville and Panola County, it can't be, here's a box, see you later. It's got to be, what's going on with a person, what's going on in their life. And one quick milestone I want to update the board on, the transitional house. We purchased a house, we were able to remodel it last year. In fact, the gentleman that prayed, Mr. Billy, was one of the ones who helped remodel that house, along with many others. We have a family that's moved into that house. That mother has 4 kids of her own, and she's taking care of 2 teenage siblings. She's getting parenting classes. On May the 1st, she'll be working with First Security Bank, getting financial classes. She had an appointment with the optometrist yesterday to get some new glasses and get the kids checked out. And so we're walking alongside that family, trying to help her identify what are some of the obstacles that she has in her life, how she can overcome those things. And we're helping her move not just from a place of being dependent to being independent, to being stable. And that's what we want in our community, is stable, healthy individuals, healthy families, because that makes a strong community. Why am I here? I came to request money. It takes money to do ministry, and the board approved $7,125 this past year and wanted to ask the board to approve that today. I had given Shauna a copy of the request for release of funds, and I provided matching documentation to prove that we've matched those funds. So, Mayor?
Okay. Motion made by Stan, second by Carl. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion approved. That was easy. Hey,
That
y'all
was
had a
easy.
tough year this year, a lot of challenges, but you guys stepped up to it. And always got to recognize that. We appreciate
Truly,
what you
thank
do
you all.
under your leadership.
Absolutely, thank you. And here's a few newsletters that will share some of those numbers from this past year and show how we're doing Christian community development to make it a better Batesville and Panola County. Thank you. Anything
Thank you.
else I need to do, Mayor, or just?
Keep it up.
All right.
Thank you.
Y'all have a
Anybody
good
else
day.
need to say something?
Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
for doing a good
Thank
job.
you, Chris.
You're welcome. Thank y'all.
All right, thank you. Everything worked.
Thank you.
Panola Partnership, have anything writing for us?
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everybody's having a good day today. I'm representing Joe today, okay?
I'm back.
First, I want to respectfully ask the board to rename what's known as the Panola Partnership Road right now out in Harmon Craig Industrial Park. It's the one that runs by the old Pepsi building. Toyota go say, we'd like to rename that Tom Marty Drive after the gentleman that invented the new process that's going to be at the new factory out there. It's the only one in the world. This process will be. And we just
It'll be
like
their
for-
drive.
It'll be their drive.
Okay, the new road. The road just coming to be.
It's a little gravel, this is a little
Yeah.
gravel road.
The
that
dead
we're
end
working
road
on.
there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
It's
so it doesn't even have a name yet.
That's right.
All
Yeah.
their names.
All right.
I motion.
All right, motion made by, what just said?
I can't remember if it's named the Pepsi Road or if we just called it the Pepsi
I think we
Road.
called
I
it
don't-
the
I don't
Pepsi
think-
Road. I
I
don't
don't
think it's
know
ever
that it
been
has a
named.
name.
So
It
we're
doesn't
not
have a name.
renaming it, we're just naming it.
Name
Just
it.
name
Tom Marty
It's a
Drive.
new birth.
Tom,
it. M-A-R-T-I.
T.I.
Mhm. TLN.
All right, I had a motion by Carl, a second by Dennis. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, motion carried.
Thank you. And also, one other thing, asked the board if they would approve Common working with Waverly Harkins at Watkins Ear to come up with a fee in lieu of taxes agreement and resolution. It just gives the authority to enter into agreements, is all it would do.
Didn't we approve to do that then?
We have, Joe just brought it to our attention, he was gonna bring it up today.
Okay.
There was an order back in 25 where y'all did something like you agreed to 11 and 10.
The intent was to do
The
this.
intent to do some of these fee in lieu of taxes stuff, but I got a copy, that's all it is. It's just very general. No specificity.
But now, they are coming, and we need to have that invoked with whatever the new language it is to make it work.
Well, but I think we're talking about two things. We're talking about one thing, the fee in lieu for this new industry. We're talking about another thing for some long-term agreement that y'all don't fund them for 20 or 30 years. I think there's the two things that are going on. and I'm
Okay.
Not sure which one you talked about.
Well,
The
what-
partnership, the second thing you mentioned.
Well, what Robbie's asking is permission for you and Waverly to work on this,
That's
right?
right. Y'all just need to decide if you want to do it, because it's going to be a lot of work. I mean, getting engaged with something like that's going to be a lot of back and forth right now.
Well, then what's the purpose of all this, if I might ask?
To allow additional funding to the partnership for economic development.
If they land.
Anything above,
If it's 60 million,
anything above 15 million.
60.
I thought so.
Yeah.
60.
60 million. Part of the tax revenue coming from that will be shared with
No
partnership.
partnership.
All right, and then now Waverly is also, she has done a lot of this
Yes, sir.
already. We're just asking for the board to have Conlon look at it, bless it, and approve it. I think she's gonna do a lot of work. But it's gotta go through Conlon to see that. So we
I'll be
need,
glad to do that. I just don't want to go forward on anything.
Well, you threw me when you said something a while ago, but,
I'm there, I'd make a motion to
Yeah.
proceed.
all right, motion made by Jimmy, second by Carl. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, motion carries then.
Thank you very much.
All
Thank you.
right, very good. We got two things done.
Thank you.
North Delta planting.
Good afternoon, Mayor. Darrell Dixon with North Delta Planning Development District, and project administrator for several of your state and federal funded projects. I don't have any action for you today, but just by way of update, first of all, I wanted to update you that the payment that you had been waiting on your Mounds Pavilion project was delivered, so I did want to let you know we verified with the clerk that that had been received.
we got it.
Yes, sir.
You got it, Sean.
Is that all of them?
That's all of them for that.
Okay.
I'll give you a high five if I close.
There you go. I'll take it.
Thank you, sir,
There you go.
very much.
Next thing I have is your community facilities congressionally directed spending. This will be for your fire truck. So work with Chief Snyder, got the documentation. So I do have that. You all approved submitting the paperwork for that congressionally directed funding. In the meantime, you also were awarded in this last session, this session of the legislature, some additional funds for that. So the package that I have here is inclusive of that. So just to review what that would be then $1,201,000 from that community facilities grant through Department of Agriculture, and then $300,000 from the state legislature. So that would leave a balance of $682,843 for that purchase of that truck. But I do have the paperwork prepared for you all to review. Send an electronic copy, and I can leave this copy with you all as well.
Okay, very good. We don't have to do anything, got it all done.
I just need signature. Once it's signed, I'll submit it to the USDA area office here, and they send it off.
That sounds good.
All right,
All
I'll
right.
leave y'all this paper copy.
Let me read this right quick.
All right. I sent it to the chief as well for his review.
So,
Is this ready to be signed, or do you have a copy to be signed?
That's ready to be signed. You can sign now. When I sent again the copy to the chief for review, so he may have some further edits in that way, but that's all the
I haven't had a
information.
chance to look at it, so.
Right, all the information that's put with it is just the information that they require, city's charter, all that
So
information.
that's one document, that's not multiple copies of one
No,
document?
that's one document, yeah. About 300 pages.
Oh, any picture.
There you
I could've done that, that's all.
It's from the federal government, so we're dealing.
There you go. There you go.
I need a motion to accept and sign, or just to be able to sign the document to get our funds.
I'll make that motion.
Jimmy made motions, Will second, all in favor? All right, motion carries, no opposition. If you show me where, I guess it's on page 400.
No, it's actually,
There should be.
yeah, it's the 424. The only thing that's added to the information that you sent is the 424. But I'll let the chief make sure I sent the email, but I sent it to the wrong email. Let the chief do that, and then we can get your signature and send
Okay,
it.
very good, I'll just wait. All right, got it?
That's all I have, unless y'all have any questions for me.
Thanks, mounds, money and everything looking good, and great. We got more to start there, we got a $300,000 project that we got to start.
That's right. I think the engineer has some
Right.
information for you on that.
Very good. Thank you.
All
All right,
right,
Andy,
thank you.
we got you this time. Great. I'm trying to watch for you.
Thank you, Mayor. We are here today for a cleanup hearing for 313 Willow Street. These are the pictures for the condition of the property as of this morning, and it's still in a dilapidated state. The house and structure, it all looks dilapidated. Of
Yes, sir.
course, the property is junked up again. It's just items strode everywhere. You know, the property's been condemned for 6+ months now, and still had problems with people going in and out of it. So it's become a very bad nuisance to the neighborhood, to the whole city as a whole. And hadn't had any contact with any of the descendants / owners of the property. All the notices were posted, they were mailed, they were, delivered as required by law and everything. And as y'all know, this property has been an ongoing nuisance for the city for well over a year, actually a couple of years now, but we've been trying to deal with it for over a year. And this will be the second cleanup hearing that we've had on it. And probably my recommendation today would be to go ahead and clear the whole lot, and that way it'll take care of the situation. Should take care of most of the situation as far as people still being there. It'll be easily visible there, and hopefully it can stay a little better clean than what it is now.
We've already spent 5,000 or what? Spent something on it. What
Yes,
was
sir.
it?
Yes, sir. We've $5,297 on it. The previous cleaning, I believe that is the only cleaning that we've.
All right, is anyone here representing 313 Willow Street today? All right, so you're suggesting we move forward at demolition?
Yes, sir.
All right, what's the board say?
I'm ready to go, been ready.
All right, make a motion.
I'm gonna do that. I'll make a motion to tear this house down, clean this lot up as soon as possible.
All right. Second, all right, motion made by Stan, second by Jimmy. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries.
If y'all look next door in this picture, this man has actually remodeled the two houses next to it. They look a lot nicer.
Mark,
And this one's gone, will be
I
better.
know, Stan, I know you're anxious to get this done, but y'all remember, we got to first get the title exam done, and title examination done. So I've got that lined up to go.
Okay.
And we'll get that started. I think you're satisfied we determined who the heirs are.
I think so.
Yeah, so we're ready.
Okay.
We'll take a-
Just whenever the
Make
time.
sure we get
comes.
all of our paperwork in order, and as soon as Colin and I agree, then we'll send it on to the public works.
Okay.
All right, man. Good job.
Hey, while we're on this, all you guys on the board, my buddies, if y'all got a place like this in your ward somewhere, please bring it here to this table and let me or whoever help y'all clean it up. This town's got a lot of places like this that need to be cleaned up. Please bring them here to this board and let's discuss it. But I promise you, I'll do anything I can to help any one of y'all clean up the property, any way you can. So think about that when you're out and around.
Okay, we got some coming. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, great, appreciate that, Stan. Mendrop Engineering, Blake Mendrop.
Mr. Mayor,
Oh.
I believe one of those heirs is walking up to your door right now.
Okay,
There's.
well, I will inform them what's taking place.
Just tell them what happened.
I'm sitting up there, ma'am. The mayor, they've already handled it, but the mayor thought too.
Give me just a second. Ma'am, you're here representing 313 Willow Street?
Yes, sir.
All right, does that actually belong to you now?
I does now.
It does
Yes, sir,
now?
I intended, but my brother passed November.
Okay. All right, the city has given ample notice about the condition of that, and we
Right.
publicized a hearing for today at 2:15. We have ruled on that, and that the city has so instructed our code office that that property is going to be removed completely from,
May I say something?
you will, just one second.
Since I was told that it was Jim, I was also told to stay away from there. I've had no opportunity to go in there and do anything to repair it or anything.
I don't know that there's a solution now, because we did give you the proper notice and nothing was done or responded to us, and I apologize, but the city has to move on with what they've done. And that is that they were going to demolition the property. After we do the title work, make sure that we know the proper owners.
Well, okay. Will I have an opportunity to get my belongings out of the house?
Yeah, you need to do that just right away. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir. Yes, sir.
Could you verify your name, please, ma'am?
My name is Katie Hester.
Katie Hester?
Yes, sir.
And you're the daughter of,
Of Miss Kay Smith.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
and you have a brother?
I do, yes, sir.
What's his
His
name?
name is John Patrick Smith.
Are there any other children?
No, sir.
Were there any children that died and left children?
No, sir.
Is anyone living in the property?
No, sir.
All right. Is that all we need to know?
Yeah, 2 children, no deceased child,
No deceased child.
no adopted child?
No other children.
All right, now, we're gonna remove the building, but the property will still remain in her name, correct? But there'll be
Yeah, they just
an
won't be
assessment,
any improvements on it.
there'll be an assessment to anyone that owns that property.
Mhm.
The building's gonna be torn down,
Yes, sir.
and that'll be at the expense of the property owner,
Okay.
and that, cost will be, borne by the property owner. If you never wanna sell that property will have to pay that back. All right?
So there's no chance of rebuilding or
Oh, yeah,
fixing
sure,
anything?
sure, you can it's just torn down, you can rebuild it, but you'll have
I'm
to.
asking, can it not be somebody that knows what the hell they're doing, go in there and fix it? Replace walls and the roof and fix everything there.
No, sir,
Because the
we've given-
foundation is the problem. The whole
Well-
hillside is the problem. Well, you can tear it down, bulldoze it, unless you put a drain in there, it's gonna keep happening. Now, I'm thinking about putting a drain in it, from the backyard to the
Yes, sir.
front.
I'll tell you what the city has done, and I
Yes.
apologize. I don't have to apologize, but just tell you what the city has done. We gave proper notice, we asked for it to be repaired, we gave you ample time, and by law, we did everything we're supposed to. So now, we had no other choice other than what we did today. We had a hearing about that. That property is gonna be torn down. You'll still own the property, but whoever owns the property will
Has to pay
have,
demolition.
yes, have to pay for that.
But
Yes.
I'm not saying there ain't a better way, but, you know, it's got problems that it shouldn't have ever had.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And I'll have to move on to the next meeting. All right.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Mayor,
Come on, Blake.
I think we've got a duty to acknowledge their presence and make sure the minutes say that. But y'all got a right to appeal this decision to the circuit court.
Well, her only problem is, she understand her 2 children. Her brother neglected to give her any of the information in time to do
Well, the city can't have
anything.
that.
No, what, no. She's got enough fight and all that with family to take care of that part. But now we're back down to now she's stuck with it. And we're just trying to see if we can fix it before it's just completely wiped off.
May we get your name, sir?
I'm Jeffrey Daniel Brown.
Brother,
I live the exact opposite from this lady. I'm at 413 Willis Street. My mama just died in November. And if she's going through this with her house, which wasn't in that bad a condition other than her brother did a shitty job of fixing it on the outside.
yes, sir, but look, we've really
We're gonna move on.
But I apologize.
How to appeal it.
We're just trying to figure out a way to keep it.
Well, we've given you the options to
You
come
want to
in.
know, you go to the county courthouse, you know where that is?
Yes, sir.
If you go in the front door that faces the square, it's the first door on the right, the circuit clerk's office. You got 10 days to do that from today. Day 1 is tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
And if you don't get
We
it
can
done-
do it today though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Work to do, girl.
Okay.
Hey, all right.
Thank you, sir. Thank all of you.
Yes, sir.
Blake Mendrop with Mendrop Engineering. I just got 2 or 3 things here. One, Sean, I think I've mailed all this, is the pay request for,
We're good, we did that.
you did retainage already, right? Pay request for Waco. You got that one? The pay request or the change order? I got 2 things. I got the pay request.
Was the pay request on there somewhere? Okay, yep.
All right, so pay request is
Just the
done.
change.
All
All
right.
you're doing is
Change order.
change order.
Okay, change order. If you remember, we discussed a couple of times crossing Sand Creek, some issues we found on the existing sewer where the force main was gonna go, and still is going. And we told you that at the time, we didn't know what it was gonna cost. We did a lot of investigation. And change order, our requesting is $168,136.81. That would make Waco's contract to go to $523,096.81. And this is within the ARPA budget, so we're gonna add this to the ARPA funding. And so we're gonna be building a across Sand, not only the gravity sewer, but also the force main, and be putting those together. And I told Darrell that I'd be sending me this, he knows it's coming, so.
Motion for the change order, man.
Motion on stand for change order, second by Dennis. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. No
But I got a
opposition.
couple of things to help in executive session.
Okay, but hey,
Yes, sir.
let's hurry.
No, I was going to go back and sit down unless you got you to that.
Oh, yeah, oh, they will probably do. Look, our tennis courts, you've done some work on them, and we're doing a lot of stuff, but we'd really like to, now, I'm speaking for myself now. I'm at the
Speak for
board.
yourself, man.
Speak for yourself. I'm speaking for myself, but I'd like for us to get started on that process, because, we've got grant funding, and if we can renew, we can get this year, and we get it next year. So we need to start building, and we can start on the, what's called the south end with the tennis courts and really get that up and going. And I think, I don't know, Heath, does that sound right to you? Or?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we can always work from south up.
Right.
because, I mean, you're not gonna probably build that building until you get the courts and stuff done.
Right, or some money and other things, so he's saying, can we move forward?
I think,
in the layout for that?
and I, we had a meeting last week on all the projects, and my recommendation would be, is let's get some bids out just to do the dirt work this summer, get the dirt work done. Okay, well, I think it's about 8,000 yards, so we're talking probably less than $100,000 to move the dirt, get some grass in while we work to finalize plans and wait on the grant, and then move as fast as you want to. But if you want to go ahead and get the dirt work, get it done.
Yeah.
And then I think we got the Force main would probably
We got
have
a
to get
force main
moved.
up there, we might have
To get moved, but get that
Stop.
part done.
Right.
And then the dirt sitting.
Well, it needs to be done now.
Yeah.
I spoke for myself, but if there's any objection to that or say we don't need to do it,
No, I'm all for moving, but I got a lot of thoughts about how this gonna look in the long run.
Yeah, okay. But as long as, we get some, look on grades with all of us and the grading plan, which I think is pretty good, that's ready to go, then we can bid out the dirt.
well, let's do
If
that.
it comes in too high,
Go ahead,
comes in
do that.
too low, or whatever, we can do that, so.
Get some
Mayor,
bids
I'd
for
like to
all
make
of
that
it, we'll do
motion.
what we can
Okay.
now.
All right, we do that.
Okay, we need a
Make that
motion to
move the
go,
dirt.
get, bids for the dirt. Is that what I need? Just the motion for the bids for dirt moving?
Dirt, seed, we're not gonna leave it bare, we're gonna put grass and seed back on.
Okay, made by, Whiz.
That's my motion.
Okay.
Second. Second by Carl. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carried, no opposition. Mounds. We got a $300,000 grant that we can have out there now if we, start doing something. And I think you're ready. We need to bid out that information too.
We met on that last week, and also with Heath, and can kind of prioritize some of the clearing. Within the next couple of weeks, we're gonna get out of quotes for the striping. So when we're talking about striping from the railroad all the way, railroad crossings and everything. So we can get 2 bids for striping, number one. Number two is, we talked about, Sean, I remember Maggie, y'all remember it, Belinda Stewart actually helped do all of this. They're really in the historical side, and I wanted to bring her in to get, let her kind of take care of signage, make sure it's done right.
You gonna get Maggie to do
You'll
that?
get Maggie to do that,
Okay,
and we
that's
talked about that. If y'all are okay with doing that, I'm just gonna let her come, look at it, and then she can come give a presentation. She thinks the signage will cost X, and her fees will be Y, whatever that may be. And the third thing is the clearing, the cleaning up, of course, there's a lot more down now than was prior to the ice storm. And we talked last week about prioritizing the bid, because that will be obviously over 75, so we'll have to go through the bid process, is how far we want to come. I think priority one was going to be the trails, making sure we go maybe 57 or 10 feet each side and identify the trails, make sure that the trails are cleaned up, okay? And I think we need to get out there and decide, okay, we may not haul all that stuff off, but find places to cut it up enough to lay it, whatever we want to do. But then the second priority was going to be between 51 and the open area, get all that cleaned up. And so basically have 3 priorities, but mainly getting the trails safe and kind of clearing those out first. So
All right,
that's
so
where we're headed.
when do we advertise for that? Do we need a motion to that?
I'm not ready. It's gonna be a couple of weeks before I'm ready to do that.
Okay.
But, I mean, you can give me authority to if you want to now. So that way, when it's ready, it's going, so,
I think that'd be good.
okay.
And
I wanted it
unless
in
nobody's
the
else
authority,
thinks
Sean.
so.
Yeah, you got authority as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
All right, do we need a motion on that?
you're
I
on
need a
that.
motion on that then.
Fine.
All right, motion by Stan, second by Wiz. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, great. Okay, now on the striping, I know you get with Heath, but where the gate is, we need special stuff there to show where you need to pull up if you get locked in there.
Okay.
It'll
Open
open
back up,
up.
stop.
I think we're having trouble with that, but Heath, make sure you know the,
I put a sign up the other day right there, but a nice stripe right across there would work even better.
yeah.
Okay. I get with him, because, one thing to just put the little light, but, maybe want some buses parking. We'll
That's
get
right.
with Heath on that.
All right. All right, anything else?
While we're on that, I'm gonna ask this board, I don't know what y'all wanna do, but I know what I wanna do, is get that light pole removed from up there and put a nicer pole up there by the gate that really shows that park off. I don't know who needs to do that, whether it's the city, whether it's TVA or whoever, but we need a metal nice pole by that gate with a motion light or whatever on it, or a full-time light to enhance that park up there. That light pole, that wooden light pole, has no business up at that park, none. It cheapens everything, in my opinion, about the whole thing.
Well, the flock cameras they have a metal pole with a camera and a light on it. Already been done.
Yeah, I'll put one in for that. Just give me, Flock's coming, so just give me a little
Okay.
time on that one. They're
That's
gonna be-
fine, I just want that pole
It's
removed.
gonna be a black metal pole with a decorative pole, solar panel on camera. So
That'd be
just-
great,
and the
Barry.
lights. So
And you
just-
can put it wherever you
Yeah,
think you need.
I got that.
All
Just
right,
give me a
thank
little
you.
time. Yeah.
Thank you, that may, it'll enhance that thing a lot.
Yes, sir, I got it.
We get rid of a regular utility pole,
Yes,
put a metal pole, that'd be good.
yeah.
All right, Panola County Board of Supervisors. All right, any state, federal people with us here? Any person engaged in contractual business that we need to speak to? Yep. Nope.
Nope.
Panola,
He left.
he's gone.
Board's been involved.
Okay, now, am I up to Andy Berryhill?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. Andy Berryhill with the City of Batesville Code Office. Have just a couple of things on my agenda today. The first one is, we'll break this up a little bit and just ask that y'all accept the resignation of Ms. Kim Laverne from the Planning Commission. She is moving out of state and she has resigned her position there on the Planning Commission board.
Okay, motion
You
made
make it
by
up.
Carl, second by Stan.
Yes.
Any further discussion? Motion to accept the resignation of Kim Laverne. All in favor? All right, motion carries on to.
All right, and the next thing is that fills an opening there on the Planning Commission. Ms. Kim, she was an actual Ward 2 recommendation, so that would leave the Ward 2 open there for one of their slots. I think there had been some discussion on the number of picks per each one and all, so we can discuss that, or we can do whatever y'all would like on that.
But currently, there are two people that are in Ward 2 on the board.
There are currently 2 picks from Ward 2, yes. And currently there are 2 picks from Ward 3, and there's 2 picks from Ward 4. Currently there are 9 members. That's what the Planning Commission consists of, is 9 members. There's 4 wards with an alternate large. 4 wards with 2 picks would be 8 members. That would only leave 1 additional pick. As it's set up right now, we have 1 pick for the mayoral and 1 pick for the alderman at large. The mayoral pick is coming up this July. I had suggested that if all of the wards want 2 picks, then the mayoral may want to concede his seat and let it be a alderman Ward 1 pick. That way it would give each of the 4 wards 2 picks each, and that would give 1 pick, additional pick for alderman at large.
Yeah, you and I discussed that. That's perfectly fine with me. But we have I don't know whether we need to do this or not today, but Ward 1 is actually short. And Wiz, Ward 1 is your spot.
Yes, sir.
And it looks like an appropriate thing to do is to ask someone for Ward 1 to be in this. And if, and then we're gonna have someone else coming up shortly. There'll be another opening. Is that what you said? And then I'm perfectly fine with having 2 from each ward and the alderman at large having 1, and that's.
Well, I would suggest, Mayor, that 2 in each ward,
Mhm.
and then the mayor and the alderman at large kind of bring their heads together to come up with that one.
I think we could do that.
We can do that. So,
That's fine with me.
Y'all get me to the next board meeting to come up with a couple
That's
names
what
for
we
y'all.
do.
Oh, you got time. Colin, how we need to put this together?
hang on, can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, the other person that you mentioned
Uh-huh.
is evidently supposed to roll off or terms for the end.
Yeah, the mayoral pick,
When does that come up?
and the reappointments there, July.
Who is that, Andy?
Judy Savage.
Is she gonna come off or stay, or?
It's up to y'all.
Yeah, it's up to the pick.
Well, it's up to
So,
her
I mean,
too.
if it
If
goes
y'all want
over,
her, and she'll stay, that's up to y'all.
I just wonder what her intentions are.
We'll find out. If you can work with me.
And these are 5-year terms, Andy.
well, Judy, that's what I'm saying, the mayoral pick, Judy is up this year, and that's the mayoral pick, which would go to Ward 1, if y'all want to do that, and that way that gives him a good month to find somebody, and Carl can go ahead and, cause he's already got his person, and we can go ahead and fill that position, and we won't be short any board members come the meetings between now and July.
I think we need to wait. We got some questions about who we're gonna pick and how we're gonna do that. I don't think we're ready to do that today. That's
Well, my question was, if you do that, then, how are the picks gonna wash out? I mean, if you're gonna move his to him,
Yeah,
then
that's a
what's
lot
the
of
next one that
movement,
comes up
whereas-
for them? Who is that gonna be?
Exactly. Whereas if you just leave it like it is, Carl gets his pick right now, because it's
Right.
Award 2 that's coming off,
Right.
then the pick that's coming up in July is mayoral,
That'd be Wiz's
which we
pick.
transfer to Wiz.
All right.
Then that's the way it's gonna be
if
from
somebody
here out.
goes,
So when
if
does-
somebody goes off,
Yeah.
if somebody leaves.
You don't have to keep
I
anybody
realize
on
that.
there
I realize that.
I'm just saying, when does the mayoral pick come up? Who is that and when does
in
it?
July.
All right,
In
suppose
2
it goes
months.
to there, when's the next one come up for the Alderman at large?
For the
I mean,
Alderman
it's
at
gotta be
large,
somebody down the
29.
road.
July of 29, Alderman at large pick.
Okay, so that's already done.
Mhm.
And who is that, if I may ask?
Willie King.
But if we redo it where there's 2 people in each ward,
Mhm.
and then that's 8, and then that 9th person is between the mayor and the vice mayor to come together. That would be the 9th.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that would kind of wash out that 29 appointment. Looked like to me the thing for us to do would be to ask Judy if she's gonna desire to stay on or not.
That's y'all's call, Jimmy.
And then,
Totally
still,
agree.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, but still, I mean, she's
Well, if you
served well.
transfer that pick to the Alderman at 1, that'd be Wiz's call.
Or
Yeah,
whoever's called,
That's,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
That's right.
To keep everybody's picks the same as they are right now, the mayor would give up his and it would go to there. Everybody, all the
Right.
board, all the aldermen would to
Okay.
keep their current picks.
Common, how do we make this official?
We have to adopt either an ordinance or an order.
Do you have to put something together for us to do that? Because we
Well,
talked
good
about that
idea to
today. and-
have something in writing so y'all can look at it before.
Well, you need
put it.
something for
And that's
everybody
the
down the
reason
road.
that if we was to do the pick right now, then I won't be short planning commission members. We could go ahead and fill the alderman and 2 seat, and then everything else transfers out whenever all the stuff's written out.
Because it works, every year somebody's rolling off on it.
Every year's,
like that.
normally 2 people.
Yeah.
Yes.
2 people every year?
Well, it's one deal, and that's 2 people for each one.
Okay.
Well, I don't think the board's had a decision or an opportunity to discuss how we're gonna do this. And if we're gonna do something right now, I think it's worthwhile for Wiz and Carl particularly to decipher what they wanna do.
I think
I
Carl's
think
already
Carl's ready.
decided.
That's the reason I was
Carl.
saying, Carl's ready, he's got his pick, and they're ready to
Carl, if
serve.
you want to move forward with Beverly Pope, take over.
Well, I like building, I like to have one team.
Make a motion to put her on there. then.
Motion.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposition? All right, motion carries.
but Mayor, I would like
And
to
then-
make a motion that we change and let Coleman write it up, but change it to where in the future, that it's 2 representatives from each ward, and that 9th representative be determined by the mayor and the vice mayor,
Fair enough.
Right,
or recommended by the mayor and the
Right.
vice mayor.
yeah.
And let Colin give us something back to proceed on.
Second.
Well, he's gonna, is that a motion?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen next time. Okay, that was a motion, second by
I'm trying to do
Stan.
here.
All right, all in favor? Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Yeah, we're done with all that.
I had already moved forward on that. I thought we'd had it.
And, next up I have is to set some cleanup here. So I got, let's start with 117 Dickey Drive. This is,
It's a bad one.
it is, I say bad, it's not too bad, it's a bunch of junk. This is the pictures, condition of it this morning, and, what I'd like to do is to go ahead and do expedited cleanup on this. I believe that I got a letter here
I've seen it. You've got stuff there on Dickey Drive.
stating the facts for this, as far as, that's to the
This same
report. Yeah, it's just a report on the place And I'll just read it or most of it real quick. The parcel described is less than 1 acre in size. Cost to clean the property should not exceed $250. All it looks like is a bunch of stuff that needs picked up, thrown away in the trash can, and just cut the grass. I think should be able to do that for under the $250 cost. And the expedited cleanup, that's where we just go and post a 7-day notice. We ain't got to wait 30 days, hearing and all that stuff. It's basically determination by the chief building official that the property is a menace to the public health, safety, and welfare of the community. And basically, we just need y'all to confirm that with that statement and agree with that, and we'll go ahead and post a 7-day notice on the property, and we'll go ahead and get that cleaned up here in the next couple of weeks.
So moved.
Motion made by Jimmy, second by Stan. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries, no opposition.
Go for it. Clean it up.
Hey, next one I would like to set a cleanup hearing. This is gonna be for 225 Perkins Lane. This is another property that we've kind of went back and forth on. And these are the pictures as of this morning. We went back and forth on trying to get them to cut the grass in the years past.
This is the back of the property.
And they have pretty much kept the front of the property looking pretty decent, but some of the neighbors still complain. And this is where we got these pictures from, is from a neighbor's adjoining property. They give us permission to go over there and look. And Huey got those pictures this morning for us. And it is a very unstable looking property. The whole back of the house is gone. It's still open. So, you know, it's an unsecured structure. It's a dilapidated structure, and I feel that we need to go ahead and set it for a cleanup here. And then if nothing's done by the cleanup here, and I'll probably be recommending that one also be demoed. And that cleanup here, and I'd like to set for June the 2nd.
So moved.
Motion made by Jimmy, second by Stan. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries.
This guy here has been trying our patience like some other folks and tying it up.
That looks dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, it does. Like I said, if you just ride by from the street, you don't see that. That's not a problem. But the neighbors next to them was the ones that complained. Next up, I have 204 Deaton Street. This property is actually still within our 1-year time frame, and we would be good with re-entering this property, I believe, with our notice and everything that we generally go by on the re-entry process. And of course, it is jumped up in the front. There's a lot of just garbage out there. There's actually a
That's
garbage
one on the corner, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of traffic look like getting out too.
And there's actually a garbage can there that we probably need to get picked up too, because I'm sure that nobody's actually paying for it there, 204 Deaton Street. But,
Did anybody hit any job?
no, sir. We boarded it up, actually when we done the cleanup hearing on it the last time. We boarded up all the doors, because there was reports of people going in and out of it and everything. The structure.
Check the back door.
I went and looked at that this morning because we do have an current adjudication on there, so I was able to go on that property and look. And the back door, it's still, the plywood is still screwed and connected back there, so it doesn't. But there have been reports, from my knowledge, that people are still going in and out of it, so I don't know whether they leak the windows or what. The structure, it does look dilapidated, and I'm not sure how we can go about without setting another cleanup here and we want to demo the property, because it's
This is
getting to
another
the point.
deal that needs demoed.
Yeah, it's getting to the point of where it could possibly, with the dilapidation that's on the exterior of this house, it's getting to the point of it could possibly meet the requirements for demolition also, so.
No doubt about
This
it.
is a re-entry.
Right now, we're still under the 1-year time frame from when we adjudicated the
Safest
property.
thing to have a new hearing rather than do a demolition on a re-entry.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just, we just need to we need to do a new hearing on everything.
yeah, and that's what, I guess my question is to y'all, because I kind of thought that's the way we would go. If y'all want to set a new hearing for it and see about demolition on it, or do y'all just want to do a re-entry, clean the property and cut the grass? Because it needs both. And that's
The house needs demolition.
you know, they had started on it one time,
Call us and
it's got brand new windows in it. That's about the best thing about this house. 204 D
Recommend
Street.
demolition.
We had the hearing,
Hey, man, I'm gonna make a motion on that.
Motion to demolition.
Start demolition process.
okay, so we're gonna set a cleanup hearing for it on that same June the 2nd
Okay.
date then. So we'll.
Yeah, there's a lot of
we'll start
crime
the
here.
process.
Yeah, that's a bad
Yeah,
spot.
it is. It's near one of the basically more popular hangouts right there.
Yeah.
And of course, when we're turning into an empty lot, it's probably gonna turn into another hangout, but,
Okay.
You know,
Once they're gone, that's it.
yeah. But,
You
that's
need a
all.
second.
Well, I got a motion.
You got, need a second.
I got a second by Will. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries.
So 2 cleanup hearings, 1 expedited hearing, and I think I'm good. Unless y'all got any comments, questions, concerns?
Thank you, baby.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Thank y'all.
Good stuff.
Okay.
All right.
Getting somewhere.
Very touching.
I don't have anything right now unless y'all have something for me. I have a couple items for executive session.
Right, we got you down for that. Comments, anything at this time for you?
Mayor, just to get the board to acknowledge receipt of the Department of Archives and History letter that it's okay to demolish that building back there to build a storm shelter. Yeah, if y'all will acknowledge it, we'll get a copy of that in the minutes.
Right, we have a copy here, and I think everybody's been given a copy. Motion made by Stan to accept, second by Carl. All in favor? Motion carries, no opposition.
And then I've got an executive session matter on some real property.
All right, sir. Sean? Fire Chief, James Snyder.
Sir. I have one item on the list. Me and Newt was talking, and they need some radios, and we had some radios that were not being used and probably won't be used for several more months or years or so. So I was saying, thinking about if it's okay with y'all to just do an inter-office transfer so they could have these radios and use them. And then when they need to buy some, they can buy some and we'll transfer them that. That's all okay with y'all?
Motion made by Jimmy, second by Carl. Any further discussion? All right, all in favor? Motion carries. Here's your copy right here.
Provide you a copy.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And I want to give you an update if it's okay. So I've ordered the storm shelters. Thank God we get to tear that down. We don't have to wait on nothing now. They said ours will be here in June or July. And but I got a text message from Casey Austin. They allotted 2 of theirs off their grant to go on city property over there where we're putting 3. So over at the new station 1 will have a total number of 5. They're gonna place theirs on May the 27th. And I just wanted to let y'all know that. If that's where it's going. That won't be ours, but it'll be theirs. Ours is supposed to go right next door.
Been 3 years in coming.
Yes, sir.
Good.
And I believe that's it.
Anything else?
One matter for executive session.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Calvin.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. He's fully loaded. While he's coming up, I'll show you the South Panola School softball team sent a thank you to the board and he for the work that he's done with them and allowing them to be on the city property, and really thanks and much appreciation towards Heath and his involvement and his help with that events. Thank you.
You know you skip Rodney.
Pardon? Yeah, I skipped Rodney because he's not here. He's
He ain't got nothing.
Oh, he gone.
he's not.
Okay.
He's gone. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate
All
it.
right.
All right, so the first thing I have is in your packet is a pop-up yard sale at Patton Lane. Y'all should all have this in your packet, right? So what Terry's doing over there is he's charging $25 for a spot for a vendor to come set up. There's like face paint, or maybe they're selling something as far as maybe some food. And that money, all the $25 goes back to the city of Batesville to help for underprivileged kids that can't afford to play in the park, to help them pay their registration. So that's what the money will be used for, if y'all allow it.
Let me just ask a question. Do we desire, we may need to call this something else besides a yard sale. We got an ordinance about yard sales, and I don't recall this fitting that ordinance. Maybe it does, but can it be called something besides a yard sale?
Pop-up sale.
It can be called whatever it needs to be called.
Yeah.
Yard sale ain't
Let's just don't
it.
call it a yard sale.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll get him to reword that.
Pop-up sale.
So if I reword it, do y'all mind him doing that specific event at Pat Lane? It's actually this weekend.
I'm
I don't
hosting.
mind. Take the yard out of it.
I'll tell him to reword it and take the yard out of it.
It's a
You're
good
right,
thing,
Tom.
we just don't need it to run head on into
Exactly.
yard sale ordinance, because that would be a problem.
I got you.
All right, Carl made a motion, second by Willis. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries.
All right, so the next thing is an autism awareness walk. They're wanting to do that at Trussell Park this Saturday. They're charging a $5 registration fee. That money's gonna go to the North Mississippi Autism Chapter, and that's the only one we have is in Tupelo. So they're giving, whatever money they raise is going to Tupelo, so they're not actually profiting from it, they're actually donating it back to Autism in Tupelo.
And that's done on the property.
It's gonna be done, all right, so it's gonna be done on Trussell Park for the walking trail at Trussell Park. They're gonna set up, their tent over there. I think it's about the first entrance to the walking trail. They're gonna use it for a walk, run a walking trail. Barry, they also asked, if maybe they shouldn't need it, but just in case, if y'all might have a presence over there. I think, they invited the sheriff's department over there also, is what she was telling me. But she wanted to invite y'all also.
Okay, we need approval.
We
for
need a
that.
motion.
Yes.
All right, motion made by Carl, second by Stan. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries.
The other thing is we have this MOU for us and Hope Mentoring for the mentorship. And Common, I don't know exactly which direction I need to go with this, but Common said we need to at least bring it up, so.
Yeah, do y'all have a copy? It's in your, so it's a draft because there's some phrases that I didn't even know what they meant. It was like PHC or something. I guess it's an acronym or something. I didn't know what it was. I never did catch up with Terry to find out what he talks about. But the basic MOU is there. And there's a blank in there about, I had a question about who makes this decision on one of the issues, but it's a very simple and straightforward MOU. And I used the one that, you know that big packet that Terry gave y'all months ago that had all that information about it? It had a proposed MOU in there. I took that and worked off of that and came up with what y'all got. And if it's something y'all are okay with, y'all could, approve it and substantiate to that point, we can fill in the blanks and we can operate under that.
You read over it, didn't you?
I did read over it.
Did you see anything you didn't like about it?
I didn't, from what I read, the only concern that, just like Common said, the only concern is, I don't know what PHC is either. So, but I mean, if we take the PHC out, I don't know if it hurts anything or helps anything, but if we take it out, then, I don't see a problem taking it out, because I honestly don't know what PHC is in that.
Do you think you need to tweak it before we
Well,
vote
it's
on it?
associated with the homeowners association, I think, but.
I never been back to
Hope
any
Mentoring,
words.
okay. No, I don't know.
Very important, it does provide for background checks on anybody who works with these children. I think annually, I think is what.
Yeah, it says in here annually, they have to have a background check every year.
Yeah.
Anybody that is in the program itself has to have background checks. And we would provide the background checks for them.
I think that PHC in context means it's in juvenile court, it's called working with a child, it's to ensure what's in the best interest of the child.
Okay.
I believe that's.
Well, that would make sense if that's what it's doing.
I think that's
We'll
background.
be, Terry, if that's what it is, then we just need to spell it out.
I believe it's just saying what's in the best interest of the child, and he's taking it.
Well, I'm ready to go if you are, but I want to make sure we got it right.
I'd like to move forward with this as soon as possible, because it's fixing to be summertime, we need those kids,
You gonna take that other wording out of it?
I think we just take the PHC out of it.
think that's pre-hire check is what it was when I was.
Pre-hire check, so that goes back to the background check then.
Pre-hire check.
So we just need to,
Well, in the context, if that even makes sense.
Not where the
Not where
PHC
it
is
is.
at.
It's-
so it's under operating after school, complete full background checks.
We just need to get clear that up.
So,
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we allow this MOU to proceed once Coleman and Heath have understanding of the terminology.
Good idea. Okay, motion made. Second by Carl. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, motion carries, no opposition.
all right, so I've only got two more things and they weren't in your packet. So Teddy Morrow contacted me last week and said that he had some deer heads, some raccoons, squirrels, beaver, he had beaver hide and coon hides. And well, you gotta see where I'm going.
You better explain all that.
So where you come So he wants to donate them to the museum. And I think we can put some of those in the museum and it looked really nice in there because we do have those animals out at the park, out there. So putting that in the museum and putting on the wall and stuff, I think it would fill some spots and it would look really nice. And Teddy said that I could come by and pick out whatever I wanted. And he was gonna donate them to that museum. He didn't want them back. We could keep them as long as we wanted to. If we want to give them back to him, we can. If we want to throw them away, we can. He just said that they're ours, whatever, if we want.
We need a motion to accept that,
I
Carl?
guess they're ancestors of the people you got out there.
Well, sure it is.
Yeah. Yeah, if you wanted to prove it.
Yeah. Y'all okay with that?
I think it'd be good.
Game
on
or
the wall.
yeah, for him, he's probably trying to. Or what, won't let him have a new house, one of the two, or both.
All right, motion made by Stan, second by Carl. Any further discussion? All in favor? While you're on that, this is one of the tables that we have out there now. We've got some display there. This is not open to the public. However, we have had some, I think this past weekend, University of Colorado come in, graduate students, and explore that compound there, and it opened it up for them to see some of the collections that we have there. This happens to be from Mark Smith's granddaddy, Mr. Deep. Couldn't think of Deep's name. That's Mark's granddaddy's collection, and we have some additional ones out there from Johnny Nelson. We got a contribution yesterday from Bill Holloway of a nutting stone, I believe it was. So we're gathering some information and some additional things out there. We're still waiting on the collection from Howard Mize from the State Archives, and we've been working on that. It's dead stop at the moment, but we're pushing. We're making progress.
And we have opened the restrooms out there also. And my discussion with the mayor was we're gonna leave them open, and if we start seeing some vandal out there, then we will start shutting them, when the gate's shut.
You got cameras where you see you going in
We
and
got cameras
out?
all over it. We ain't got them in the bathroom, but you come out that bathroom, I got you. It don't matter where you at around that building, I got you.
Okay, that's great.
And it records 24/7.
I'm about to get that place tuned up now. Get
Right.
those.
Yeah. The last thing I have is, I was gonna ask you if I could get a couple summer hires, just to work during the summer, after school, when school's out.
Motion to allow.
Okay, motion made by Stan, second by Dennis. All in favor? Motion carried, no opposition.
That's awesome. So the last thing that I would have to, with that is, I don't know if I need to discuss pay, how much we would pay a summer hire now, or do we need to?
Just when you bring them
Yeah,
in,
when you
when you
bring
bring them in to hire 'em.
All right. I do appreciate it. That's all I have, unless y'all got anything else from me. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, new Bentley. Sir? Sure, right there.
Oh, yeah.
No, you go. No. Are you going to introduce us?
Who's that?
Or him about the sewer lines? I don't know.
Oh, is that what you're here for, Mr. Tripp?
But I wasn't gonna speak on it. I thought there was something already
Okay.
I think you need to.
I'm planning, yes, sir, I'm planning on.
All right, why don't you do that first?
Okay, sure. Hello, I'm Lee Benson, I'm the Public Works Director. So the first thing I need to ask the board is for permission to allow Mendrop Engineering to do some, whatever they need to do, a study for some land out east of town. It's going to be south of Highway 6 and west of Mount Olivet Road for a possible sewer line extension.
Okay.
It's just a cost estimate. I don't know where we are. I don't know if we need, I know, how many feet do you think it is?
I don't know.
So around the 700 feet, but I don't know if, I don't know how many lift stations, I don't know if a lift station is going to be needed. I don't know how many manholes are going to be required. So I need some engineering on it before.
So this will be between Parker and.
Yes, sir. That's right.
And the property line.
Motion.
I'd like to make it best motion, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, motion made, second by Jimmy. All in favor? Motion carries. All right, we need to get that done right away.
We've got enough of the information that we've gotten from before when we did mapping and things like that.
Okay, all right. And the purpose is for us to have a new industry or business come in there that they need that sewer.
Just want to know what
and it's inside the city limit.
Estimated cost to service that corner of the property line. Got it.
All right.
Thank y'all. So I'm requesting permission to accept and approve the boring permit for ceasefire in the Dale Street extended area. It's going to be from around Latham's Boot Store up to Piggly Wiggly.
Motion made by Stan, second by Carl. All in favor? Motion carries.
Thank you. Next, request permission to accept and approve the certification of emergency purchase and repair for parts purchased during the winter storm 26 from Central Pipe and Supply for $19,032.78.
Motion made. Stan, second by Jimmy. All in favor? All right, motion carries.
Thank you. Requesting permission to accept and approve the application for water services outside the city limits at 1705 Lawrence Brothers Road. It's William and Kaylee Jones, or as you know him as Dean Jones. They just want water. $2,838.27. Deposit not included.
How long is that thing gonna be? That's pretty long, isn't it? Your water line you run. This one. Pretty expensive number.
Yes, sir. It'll for 2,000. It's probably pretty long. I don't know. I hadn't even looked at that.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm good. And again, I always ask you this, but the pressure's still good out there.
Pressure's still good out there. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, when it gets low, let me know.
Yes, sir.
We'll stop.
We need a motion.
Yes, sir.
Motion made by Carl, second by Dennis. All in favor? Motion carries.
Thank you. Next, request permission to accept and approve the certification of emergency purchase and repairs for the repairs of the thermos, what we call the thermos gas regulator meter station, to Tri-State Meter and Regulators for $18,765.58. This is emergency repairs made during the winter storm to that regulator station.
Motion by Stan, second by Carl. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries.
Have anything else for you, Ms. Robbie? Anything else for you, Blake?
Just request to bid them and doing the head rate.
Yes.
And also, this will give you authority to bid your two bids.
Okay.
Both of those are.
Next, requesting permission to obtain bids for aerators for the lagoons. It's part of our ARPA project.
All right. Carl wanted to make that.
I'm sorry, I said bids, didn't I? I said bids.
Yeah,
I
you
mean
said bids.
specifications.
Specification. All right, Carl made a motion, second.
You know I love the
Stan.
treatment plant.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries, no opposition.
And next is to requesting permission to get specifications
and on lining some sewer, some of our sewer lines. Again, finishing up on our ARPA project, our ARPA money.
And is that at influx infiltration?
No, sir. Well, it'll be part of it. We're starting to identify where we're having problems. We hadn't sat down and met with that group yet. They're still collecting the information. But, I mean, we already know that we've got a problem right in here off of Booth Street. And we've got, what do we say, 200 yards of pipe that need to be lined. And so we just need to, y'all's permission to move forward with that, getting those specifications, identifying those places, and getting that ball rolling. We've got till August of this year to get that money spent.
Okay.
I'm motion.
Make a motion. Second by Dennis. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carried, no opposition.
Thank you. Anything else? That's all I have.
All right, that's it.
You got a question you want to ask me?
I probably do, but I don't remember it.
Forgot
now.
him. All right,
I
let me tell you all about it.
I do
Go
want to
ahead.
ask you
Yes,
something. You cornered me there.
I cornered you.
All right, the road out behind Walmart
Pine Lodge Road.
and Pine Lodge Road has been completely torn up.
Yes, sir.
And that's because of the Looks Great trucks that have been going through there. And we maybe all had problems with it. But you're applying for FEMA and whatever it takes for us to get reimbursement for repairing that road.
Yes, sir. So that's going to absolutely qualify as an AP project for the winter storm. And Looks Great and us have been making, attempting to make the road passable. I know it's terrible. It is terrible. I know it's terrible. I just got a text message from Wesley with Looks Great, and they have ordered mats, and those mats are predicted to be here by Monday. And so we'll get those mats in, and we'll probably go out there and help them install those mats on those busted up spots.
It's not just the asphalt, I mean, it's the
Sub-base, yes,
it's
sir.
the sub-base that's creating a real problem.
It is. Like I've told Stan, and I'd have never dreamed that would have happened. And I was thinking a couple potholes and something we could manage, but I mean that popped up, and I don't know why. The trucks are heavy, and it's just a lot of it is what it is. It would have happened anywhere they would have gone though. So I mean, Pickey Street, you own it, and it'd happened anywhere. But we will definitely. I think they've got about a month left, month and a half, and so it's on us and Looks Great to keep the road passable. We're working together. We're keeping up with all our expenses and turning those into ER assist. We'll be reimbursed for all that, and at the end of it, we'll have to go back in there and dig those spots out and repave it, get that road repaved.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Anything else? Thanks, appreciate it. All right, we'll go around the board. Anything, Stan, you need to
Yes,
add
sir.
now? Okay.
Andy, I meant to get this when you were here a while ago, but my friend Trip Thomas over here called me with some concerns up in his area, and I told him I'd try to get y'all two together and see if you could work with him to try to help him out with what he's concerned about. So, anyway, Trip, we'll get with Andy and see what we can do. Yes, sir. Thank you. You're welcome. And also, Mayor, I'd like to ask the board if we could to somebody, you, Shauna, whoever, write a nice thank you letter to the Garden Club for doing all our pots around the square. They came up here and spent a whole day out there in the hot sun, and I just thought it'd be nice to write them a thank you letter.
It looks really good.
And see-
I have thanked lots of them,
Yeah.
but we can do that. It's worthwhile doing.
Send it
Trying
to-
to you and I get together and just do that.
Send it to Cindy Allgood.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Carl, anything to you?
No.
Will?
I'm good, Mayor.
All right. Dennis? Yeah, good. What a wonderful day. All right. Heath? Yes, sir.
So Terry Townsend just texted me a few minutes ago, and he said PHC is the name of the center that they'll be using to do the indoor activities. which is right across the bridge from Patton Lane Park. And I think it's in that MOU as far as what we're gonna be using.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so that's what he told me that-
That's the name of it, PHC.
Right, he said that's the name of the center. He texted me a few minutes ago and said that's what PHC meant, was the name of the center.
Right, so we've already got authority to sign it since everybody's agreed to it. That's my understanding. All right, great. All right, we're going to entertain a motion to close this meeting to consider executive session. A motion made by Carl. All in favor, that means we're not going to come back to an open meeting, and we'll be in executive session. Appreciate everybody coming. All right, thank you.